If you're going on a date this week, here are a few things that you could talk about. Welcome back to my show, If You're Going on a Date This Week, where I talk about everything going on in pop culture, in music, in movies, in TV shows, entertainment, in sports, in media, in the world in general, in terms of things you could talk about on your date. You can also talk about them with your coworkers, with your friends, with your family, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, with whoever you want to talk about them with. It's really just like a rundown or a recap of everything that's going on in pop culture and media. And I started this as an idea to talk about what to talk about on a date because I think that's one of the hardest things to figure out what to talk about or what to fall back on and give you a few conversation starters. And it's evolved into just kind of like a recap show, a rundown show. And that is what it's going to be. And I think it's a lot of fun. And I'm so happy you're here listening. Thanks for being here. So let's talk about it. Let's get into everything going on in the world in terms of fun things. Nothing is ever going to be that serious. Nothing is ever going to be above movies, music, media, TV shows. Because, it doesn't need to be. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. The first date's not that deep. It's not that serious. These are just fun conversation topics and fun things. Everything I say on here is just my opinion. I've never given a disclaimer before, but I don't know why I feel the need to. But here we go. Here are the topics today, and here's what's going on. You can always find them in the timestamps below in the show notes. This is on YouTube at Guyset, Guyset, which is my other podcast. I answer questions that guys are asking every single Tuesday, and it's in the same channel because, why not? But it's also in a separate feed every Monday and Thursday. You're here already. I don't know why I'm telling you all of this. So you've already found it, but in the show notes below, you can find all of the different topics, and you can skip around to different stories and my opinion on different stories, but you can also just stay for the whole show. It's never going to be longer than 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops, max. Monday's episode was 25 minutes. I went on a rant. I don't know what I was doing, but I'm going to keep them to 20 minutes. The point is to be able to keep them digestible, bite size that you can listen to them on your way to a date, getting ready for a date, and they're going to stay that way. So here are the topics today. The first story is that Noah Kahan is releasing a new album tomorrow. It's called The Great Divide. It is his first album since Stick Season, which is the album that rose him to fame in the first place. You've definitely heard the song Stick Season. It's everywhere. I recently encountered that there is a lot of people that don't know who Noah Kahan is, which is so shocking to me. I thought everybody knew who this guy was. To me, he's as big as the biggest musician in the world. But that's just because I listen to him all the time and I'm a huge mega fan. But he has a new album coming out. So that's tomorrow or tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time, my time, or 9 p.m. Pacific time if you're in California. I'm just going to keep running through time zones. But yeah, so that's coming out tonight. I'm really so excited. I have gotten to hear a few of the songs. I went to an event last night with Spotify, where he did a pop-up show in Brooklyn, and he performed 5 of the new songs, and they're so good. They're so good. He's so fucking good. I love him so much. I think he is one of a kind. I think he is an incredible talent, and I just think he has a way of putting your kind of deepest anxieties and fears and doubts about yourself and your abilities and your career into music, and doubts about yourself into music and into song and into words, and he just has a very prolific way of writing music and songs, and I connect very deeply to what he says and what he sings, and I love him. I love what he does. I think I love what you've done with The Place, Noah Kahan, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the album. So that's the first story. The next story is that Emma Chamberlain announced an indefinite pause on her podcast, Anything Goes, and I became a frequent listener in the past few months, so of course, right when I find it, she cancels it. Right, of course, when I become a fan of it, she decides to end the entire show. She's been doing this podcast for about 5 to 7 years now. It's one of the top 50 biggest podcasts on Spotify. It's a huge show, millions of listeners per week. And the decision, I listened to the episode, she did a 20-minute episode, same length as this, about why she decided to take an indefinite pause. She called the episode Bittersweet. And it's basically just because she wants like less structure in her life. She wants to explore more creative avenues, more creative endeavors. And the audience response was like overwhelmingly like, you've been there for us through all of this. Like, so we're going to be there for you too. Like, we're definitely devastated about this. And like, this is the only podcast I ever listened to. So now they can listen to this one. Here's a new podcast for the Emma Chamberlain audience. No, but she really like has a corner of the market in the internet, like fully on her side. She's been doing this for so long. She was one of the OG creators. I can't even imagine what it is like to have been a creator for as long as she has been and kind of like holding up the torch in terms of like putting out content every single day, every single week across YouTube, across podcasts, across Instagram and TikTok and like all these different platforms and having to keep up with all of it. Like, I can't imagine what that does to your mental health, to your social life, to the way you feel about yourself, to the way you feel about the world. Like, she should take whatever break she wants from everything. Like, she just should do whatever she wants because she's done enough at this point. It's kind of like any like celebrity that's like given their life to like their art or the internet and that may sound like dramatic or drastic, but I do feel that way about like a lot of these people who have been creating or putting things out there for so long, like a child actor, like similar to like a Zach and Cody. Like I feel like they've done so much for so long that it's like, do whatever you want. Like you have so much money, you have so many resources, like you can do whatever you want with this life at this point. So she's taking a hiatus from her podcast. It sounds like she's never going to come back to it, to be honest with you. She said she might at some point. She might, like, who knows? I don't think she will. But I thought that was like I don't see anybody really covering that story, so I wanted to bring it here. So if you're an Emma Chamberlain podcast listener, sorry. And if you're not, now you never can be. The next story is, speaking of Zach and Cody, Dylan Sprouse tackled a home invader. There was a guy who tried to invade Dylan Sprouse's home, and he like held him at gunpoint. I mean, did I cover this on Monday? Maybe I did. If not, I'm going to cover it again. He held him at gunpoint, which is so crazy, and like tackled him down until the police came. Like, that's crazy. That's the whole story. I don't have much more to say about that besides like that it's crazy. It's a crazy story. Like, I don't know what I would do in a home invasion. Probably freak the fuck out. I would hope that I would like hit the guy over the head with one of those like fireplace mantle things that you push around the embers with. Like, I would hope that I would whack him over the head with it. But who knows what I would do in a home invasion. And it sounds like Dylan Sprouse was like on it and ready. So that's sick. The next story is that Kendall Jenner there's no way to transition from that one. Kendall Jenner is dating Jacob Elordi. Like, in a surprise to nobody, the two hottest people in the world have gotten together. They sparked rumors of a romance at Coachella where they were making out. So that definitely did more than spark a romance, spark rumors, because they were literally making out. So like they're together, obviously, in some sort of capacity. But yeah, like happy for the happy couple. They seem happy. They're both incredibly attractive, and I wish them nothing but the best. To Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi. That must be a crazy double date. Kendall Jenner, Jacob Elordi, Kylie Jenner, and Timothée Chalamet. Do you think Timothée Chalamet and Jacob Elordi get along? Do you think they like each other? Like, I feel like they're in two separate lanes in Hollywood. Like, Timothée Chalamet is going for more of these like art house, like Oscar-winning Marty Supreme. But like Jacob Elordi was also just nominated for Frankenstein, so it's not like he's not throwing his hat in the ring for those sort of roles. But like one guy did, what's the movie that just came out with Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi? Like the huge movie, I saw it. Charlie XCX. God damn it, I'm gonna Google it. That's gonna annoy me. Jacob Elordi. It's like that big movie, like based on like that Emily Bronte movie. Like some people loved it, some people fucking hated it. Most like kind of like everything. Jacob Elordi movie. Hold on. So sorry. Wuthering Heights. I called it Withering Heights until like a month ago. Wuthering Heights and like Tim. I just feel like they're in like two separate lanes. Do you think they get along? I feel like they probably do. I mean, it seems like Kendall and Kylie get along. They're sisters, so they should. Hope they have fun on their double dates. I'm sure they get like awesome sushi and like drink awesome drinks. The next story is Alex Cooper's Unwell is unwell. A Business Insider article came out that said like there's a lot of turmoil and a lot of turnover inside Alex Cooper's company Unwell with her and her husband Matt Kaplan, who I think is the CEO of the company. And it kind of read like a hit piece from Business Insider. Like it read like they were coming for Alex Cooper and the company. The timing was definitely suspicious as well. Like, it felt like fishy timing with them putting it out at the same time as the Alex versus Alex drama. And kind of like hitting her while she's already down, like kicking a dead horse, you know what I mean? That's kind of what it felt like. There are rumors that Variety also has an article coming out, and Business Insider wanted to beat them to it and be like the ones to make the splash and make the news and like keep Variety in the back end. But it sounds like Variety's been building this for a while, like the case about the company. Overall, like, it sounds like any kind of startup. Like, every startup goes through a lot of turnover in the beginning. Like, the startup that I was just at, like, so many people came and went. And, like, that's kind of how startups work. Like, there is a lot of people work really, really hard and then get burnt out and they want to leave. And a lot of people join and, like, feel, like, hungry and want to, like, make a name for themselves and, like, be able to, like, have a huge impact, because that's what you can get at a startup. Like, you can get that really big impact at a company and really, like, see the things you do come to life, because it's just you doing the stuff. Like, there's nobody telling you what to do. There's nobody like hand holding you through it. Like, you either get it done or you don't. And some people thrive in that environment and some people absolutely sink in that environment. And I feel like that is just the life of a startup. So there was nothing in the article that was like really crazy outside of the fact that the Alex Cooper's husband, Matt Kaplan, like yells at everybody, and which like also isn't like foreign for a startup. Like, it's unfortunate to say, like, that is what startup life is kind of like, and you kind of know that signing up for it. So I think everybody's response to the article was kind of like, yeah, like, you picked to work at a startup, and like, that's what a startup looks like. And like, no, you shouldn't be getting like verbally assaulted by your boss, but like, unfortunately, that's what you kind of sign up for when you join a startup with a nuts CEO who just like wants everything to happen and wants to like get everything done and like do everything while they can and like work really hard, make a name for yourself and make a big splash and like just get ahead of everybody else. That's also the benefit of a startup. Like, you can do things at a much quicker rate than a larger company. Like, you can decide you want to do something on Monday and like get it done on Wednesday and like get it out to the world. And bigger companies, there's so many more processes and things. Sorry, this became like a diatribe about, it's not the right word, but this became like a whole thing about like startup culture versus like a big corporate company. But like, I think it is kind of interesting and it's privy to the conversation. It's not irrelevant. But you can get things done really quickly, and like, that makes CEOs and people crazy because they know and believe in this company and the mission of the company, and they really want to get stuff done quickly, and they want to like do everything, and they go from this place to this place, and they jump back and forth, and like, priorities shift so quickly, and unless you have somebody who has like an incredibly clear vision of what they want, and yet you might get somebody who jumps a lot and has a lot of ideas of what they want to do, and yells at the people and like freaks out, and that sounds like a startup, to be fully honest with you. It sounds like my experiences at startups too, and I think there'll be more coming out in the next few weeks. There's a lot of people on TikTok like kind of jumping on the bandwagon being like, well, my call with Matt Kaplan was also horrible and he yelled at me. And like, we're going to get a lot more of that. And I can see that coming out over the next few weeks. It's like, people just, once the fire starts to be lit, like, people just fucking pour wood on it and make it bigger and bigger. And I will keep you abreast. I will keep you updated abreast as to what is going on at Unwell. But currently, Unwell is Unwell. The next story is that Sydney Sweeney's cameo got cut out of The Devil Wears Prada. I'm sorry to Sydney Sweeney. It's not much of a story. Probably could have cut that one. The Summer House reunion is filming today. Bravo announced that Summer House, which is the reality show on Bravo, started filming their reunion today, and that's a big deal because of all of the drama that has happened over the past 3 weeks with Amanda and West and Sierra and Kyle and Jesse and like all these people. Like, it's gonna be some drama. It's gonna be some shit. Some shit will go down. And they announced the seating chart, which is the big deal. Basically says like where everyone's gonna sit for the recording of it. So Andy Cohen, who's like the puppet master of Bravo and this show, is at the head and he leads it. And then like next to him is West or Amanda. The both of them are next to each other, which is kind of crazy. Across from them is Sierra, the friend that they both fucked over. Like, it's just, and then next to her is Kyle, who's the divorced guy of the wife who's across from him. Like, it is a shit show. Like, oof, I would not want to be in one of those seats. I'd want to be at the end. I'd want to be like the end with some popcorn, or in the audience. Imagine being in the audience. Is there an audience? I don't know. But that's what's going on today. They're filming that. And Drake had an entire ice sculpture built in Toronto or Montreal, one of the two in Canada, to announce his new album, Iceman, which is coming out May 15th. A bunch of like Twitch streamers all went up there and were like trying to like pick at the ice and like flamethrower it to find the date of when the album was releasing. And then I think like Montreal or Toronto officials had to get involved and like melt the ice because it was becoming like a public problem. So safe to say that Drake made a splash. That was horrible. And I think that's it. Let me go check and make sure there's nothing else new in the world going on that I would want to report to you on or let you know about. Let me just check out the news as I usually do at the end. Pop culture. It's meant to be pop. It's fun to do. What else? This might be breaking news. This is breaking news. Well, here we go. Thank God I checked. Shareholders approved the $81 billion Paramount Warner Bros. Deal, which shakes up the media landscape. That actually is really insane. Like, it has happened. Warner Bros. And Paramount have merged right now. Breaking news to you. What that means for us, like, I don't really know. I think it's not great for movie theaters. I don't know, actually. I can't just say that. I'm not just going to say that. Jelly Roll got candid about his 200-pound weight loss journey, admitting he lost his way temporarily. You know, Jelly Roll has had a crazy weight loss. Like, he was huge, and now he's, like, not a roll. I'm going to cut that. That's, like, really not funny. Oh, my God. I need to stop while I'm ahead. What else? Woof. Oh, my God. A former employee sued MrBeast. Sorry to MrBeast. That's not great. Kylie Jenner's housekeeper sued Kylie Jenner. A lot of lawsuits being thrown around. A lot of like legal news today. What else? Jeez. Sorry to all of these people. Watch that like not be... Oh, this is interesting, actually. Ticketmaster has canceled, like, tons, like thousands of tickets from Harry Styles' tour, which they found from scalpers. So they are reselling them to fans. So any fans that tried to get tickets to Harry Styles that couldn't will have another opportunity. I was in the queue. I was actually, like, really early in the queue, and I could not get tickets. It was impossible. Like, I think that was one of the hardest queues, maybe even harder than Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. That one just crashed. Like, my computer crashed. My whole world crashed. That one was insane, but Harry Styles just was like, also the prices were insane. They were like $800 a ticket, and I was like, wait a minute. There's like 100 shows, and they're all $800. It was just kind of nuts. So if you were not able to get a ticket to Harry Styles' show, you will have a chance to again very soon. I don't know all the logistics behind that. It sounds also incredibly tough, and the scalpers will probably get us again. So, Maura Higgins and Sierra Miller, Maura from Traitors and Love Island, I think Love Island, and Sierra Miller from Summer House are announced as a part of the Dancing with the Stars season 35 cast. They are the first two people announced. That's going to make a big splash. Another like big thing happening is that they're going to be able to stars next year. And I am just keeping this on for way too long. And you can't stop me. I guess you can turn it off and that wouldn't be good. That would stink too. So maybe I should start ending it. Just got spoiled about what happens in Survivor. That's great. And I think that's good. I feel like we hit it all. I think what needed to be discussed today was discussed. Lewis Hamilton's dating Kim Kardashian. I don't know if I care. I'm happy for them. Yeah. So these are all the things you could talk about on your date. Josh Allen praised Haley Steinfeld as he opened up about balancing football and being a new dad. I love them. I think they're great. I've always loved Haley Steinfeld since Pitch Perfect, since Flashlight. Remember that song, Remember how kind of crazy she was in Pitch Perfect 2? It was like a huge deal that she was joining the cast of Pitch Perfect 2, and then she joined with this like insane energy, and like that was her character. Like, you can't fault Haley Steinfeld for playing an insane character. Like, she did her job well. Like, if you were annoyed by her, then like Haley Steinfeld did a good job. Haley Steinfeld, I've said it once, I'll say it again, like could be one of the most successful, most famous people ever, and like has just decided to take a step back from all of it, which I also respect, but at the same time, like, give the people what they want. Like, she made such great music, like Rock Bottom. Like, she made like 5 like epic banger songs, starred in a few movies. She was just in Sinners. Like, she like kind of like picks and chooses what she wants to do now. Now she's married to Josh Allen. Like, she's good, she's set. But like, if she wanted to shake it up Chicago, go back to music, because we will listen. We will listen. Love them. Happy for them. Congratulations on their baby. They had a baby. And I think that's it. If you like this episode really, please like, subscribe to this podcast, 5 stars, and leave it. If you liked this episode, please like and subscribe and tune back in every Monday and Thursday so you can be up to date and keep up to date and walk into any room knowing all of this important news, like such important stories we talked about today. Now you can know everything going on in the world that is like kind of not relevant, but be up to date and hopefully leave with at least 1 or 2 things that you can talk about on your date this week. I hope you have a great date, and I will see you on Monday. Have a great date. Bye.